Hi, Miss Grumley's class. This week I have a really fun project planned for everybody. So, last week was Earth Day, where we celebrated taking care of the earth, recycling, other good things. So, I thought this would be a good time to use a project that had a recyclable material. And since everyone has a toilet paper roll at home, I decided we would use that. So, our first step, as you can see, is to bend down the top of this tube to make the ears of this owl. So you want to take your time and make sure that you get good pointed ears here and that you get a nice crease when you fold that. The only materials that we're really going to need for this project are the cardboard tube, a pencil, and a Sharpie. So to start our owls off, I started off with the eyes. Just two very simple circles. And then I worked my way on to the nose, or the beak, rather, which was like a triangle with a rounded top. So every one of our owls are going to have two wings, and those are just a teardrop shape on each side. And then to connect the two, I made a curved line that touched the beak, and that would be the belly of the owl. So we have our basic shapes here. I'm going to go back in and start adding textures and other details to it. So you can see that I am drawing the inside of the owl's eyes, and I'm going to add a few little highlights in there later on. Starting on the stomach, I'm going to start with my patterns. So your patterns can be whatever you want: stripes, triangles, circles. The key to making this look very nice is simply to keep putting patterns within patterns. I'm going to fast forward through some of this for you. You can see I've made triangles, circles, squiggly lines, and just filled in that space. I also added a few little feathers and gave him some really funny eyebrows. You can decorate that part of the owl with whatever you like. Moving on to the wings, I didn't make the wings the same on each side, and you don't have to either. So go ahead and be creative. Try out different textures, different patterns, anything you want, because this is your owl and your project. So once I had all of my patterns done, I went ahead and traced over everything very carefully with a Sharpie. Now you'll see I start to add a little bit more detail. I give the nose, or the beak, a couple of highlights. And in the stomach you'll see that I will put dots and other patterns, color in a couple of these squares just to make it a little more interesting, to add one more step to making this owl look really nice. Now you could also, if you chose to do so, paint your owl. You definitely don't have to use the Sharpie. I just know that everyone should have a marker or a pen at home, so this is the easiest way to do so. But if you would like to go that extra mile and color it or paint it, I definitely would be very excited to see that. I also left the back of the owl untouched. You can go ahead and put patterns on the back if you like. That is totally up to you. And I went ahead and gave him some little dots and feathers and a few cute little freckles above his beak. I also decided after to put in some ears there, so I did a few little bit of textures up on the top for him. And there you have it. That's our little finished owl sculpture made out of a recycled material. I hope everybody had fun, and I will see you again in 2 weeks.